My name is Nicole, and I am one of Estella's many great-grandchildren. I initially acquired Estella's diaries and pictures for a research paper on her brother Raymond, who was killed in Luzon, the Philippines, during World War II. As I read further into Estella's journals and looked at her pictures, I became more intrigued and wanted to know more. I received the rest of her diaries in the mail and began to read. To my many family members who are too young to remember Estella, I would like you to know that she was a woman of God and faith and lived each day through Him. I have learned so much about myself and my heritage just from researching her documents, diaries, and pictures. I hope this website helps you get to know her, and maybe you too will discover something about yourself. This is Estella's story. Estella was born in 1908 in rural North Dakota in a little town called Ray. Estella went to school until 9th grade when she left to help on the family farm.
I would have liked to have gone to high school, but I quit school in the 9th grade because every wash day I had to stay out and help my mother with the washing and other work, and in the fall it was herding cows until into October, so I missed a lot of school. So I quit school then, and then I just worked out as a hired girl, usually for $1 a day.
She lived through some of the most significant moments in 20th century America. Women's suffrage that resulted in their right to vote in 1920, World War I, the Roaring Twenties, the stock market crash, the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the assassinations of President Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr., the space race, the first man on the moon, the Challenger explosion, the Gulf Wars, the Cold War, and many other events. She is the story of a Midwestern woman living in an era of rapid change. These events all made an appearance in her journals, but she remained focused on what mattered most: her family. With her husband Bill, she mothered 12 children: Delbert, Helen, Lorna, Leroy, Donald, Harold, Diana, Richard, Raymond, Kenneth, David, and Linda. Her 8 boys and 4 girls were a blessing to her. This became apparent on April 21, 1952, when Bill suffered a massive heart attack while working around the farm with some of his boys. With the loss of her husband, Estella was left with 12 children, the youngest being only 2 months old. The older girls helped raise the younger children, and the older boys helped work the fields and grow the crops in place of their father. Estella has said she learned quickly why God blessed her with so many boys.
She was always baking in the kitchen all the time. I recall we had a big, in our kitchen, it was a farm kitchen. We were born and raised on a farm, of course, 3 miles west of Tioga. And as a child, I remember we didn't have any running water in the house, nor did we have any kind of fuel except the wood and coal. And so she baked in the kitchen with coal heat and wood heat in the oven. So the refrigerator was run by a propane pilot light that similar to today's campers that circulated the freon in the fridge with the pilot light at propane. But that's all I can say about that.
Once her children moved away from home and started their own families, Estella became more involved with her church and her community. She moved into Tioga, North Dakota in 1969, where she became active at the senior center. There, she played piano and volunteered as needed. She won multiple recognitions and awards, including Mother of the Year in 1980 and a Distinguished Volunteer Award in 1994. Even though Estella kept herself busy by volunteering and becoming involved in the community, she never missed a birthday, wedding, anniversary, or birth in the family. She made Afghans for special occasions like weddings and Christmas, and even managed to sell some in the community. On October 15, 2001, at the age of 93, Estella passed away at Mercy Medical Center in Williston, North Dakota. While she has been gone for some time, her familial legacy lives on.
I'd like to be able to tell her is, hey, you raised a great family, everybody turned out fine, and you did, as much as you want to tell her you didn't need to. What I think, she bared a lot of weight and concern on her. It worked out good, and I think she would be proud of that. Considering growing up in the age and the struggles that she went through. And I think I don't want to typify her as, she grew up struggling all the time. She had a good life. She had a great family. She had a lot of love and support from a lot of people. And she had a lot to be proud of, and she was. She was always proud of her family.